think this occasion and good luck through all sumatin tu kam stop long. Gallery na this question but me asking related to education na feature long. So we acknowledge it too na to thank you to student but the feature long kam stop long gallery na bad looking. Question blooming without notice goes direct to the Minister for Education. And before I ask him the question, I would like to take this time to, on behalf of my people of Wawaria and Marape, to congratulate him and commend him for the Education Ministry Yusuf, and also thank Prime Minister for giving charge of ministry to an experienced member to be part of your cabinet. Minister, also I would like to comment you that you come out in the media and you mentioned that you announced to people of Papua New Guinea that there will be no grade 8 in 2026, and there will be no grade 8 exams in 2026, and there will be no grade 10 exams in 2027. That means all our children attending grade 8 in 2026 will continue direct to grade 9, and from there onwards to grade 10 there won't be no examination. So that means all the grade 8s will go on to grade 9, and all the grade 10s will go on to grade 11. This is a very good policy, and I would like to acknowledge the Prime Minister also during his maiden speech when he took the office this term. One of these policies is to leave no child behind, and that's the policy that support the Prime Minister's visit. My question is, are we ready? This is a good policy. I support it, but are we ready? What this policy implies means that all our primary schools will be automatically become grade 9, have to have the capacity of grade 9 in 2026. Do we have the infrastructure in all the schools to support that policy? Do we have the necessary teachers? Because we need grade 9 skill teacher, grade 11 skill teachers. Do we have those teachers resource in those schools? We have only 1 year in 2025 to get our primary schools. All the primary schools you have in your district, all these primary schools will become high schools in 2026. Do we have that capacity? Do we have the infrastructure? Do we have the resource? That's my question to the minister. Are we captured in this budget 2025? This our education system. Because that will be a big issue when 2026 comes on. My second question, Minister, if we are not ready, can you allow for a pace-by-pace implementation? Like which district or which province is ready to implement that policy, they can go ahead and implement that policy, while others, we can work towards implementing that policy. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. That's my two questions.
The Honorable Minister for Education.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I wish to thank the member for War Warrior for his important questions on an important topic. I also wish to thank the Marape government for appointing me to this very important ministry. And since this is my first time to stand up and answer a question on the floor of Parliament, I also wish to acknowledge the people of Gumri and Simbu for their loyalty in voting me to Parliament. I also wish to acknowledge all the students and staff of various institutions present in the public gallery this morning. Let me go to the members' presence, honorable members' presence. The minimum grade education qualification in this country would be a grade 12 certificate. And in line with the Prime Minister's and the government's policy of leaving no child behind, we are opting to, we've already done all with the grade 6 school dropouts. Now, examinations will proceed for monitoring and on other things, but like the grade 6 dropouts, we won't allow grade 6 dropouts. In 2026, we won't allow grade 8 dropouts. And 2027, we won't allow grade 10 dropouts. Now, I've visited several education institutions, schools in the country, around the country, where our grade 8 students, grade 6 students, and our grade 10 students are still very young. To come out as dropouts in our school system when they are not actually being skilled yet. So there is a thinking behind trying to keep all our students in the schools until they are ready to go out and face the world. So basically, this is the thinking of this government. Mr. Speaker, infrastructure development in the schools would be a big challenge to us. But I wish to thank NEC for a submission I've made for $500 billion for infrastructure development in 2026, and they've approved it. NEC has approved it. So we are at least trying to move forward in education, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Education is very important. Every other thing falls upon education. When you have a very good education system, when you have educated population, a lot of the issues that we are facing, development issues that we are facing, social issues that we are facing would be addressed through education. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, this should be my short answers to the member for War Warrior on his important questions. But I think I've adequately answered the questions he's raised. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary. We have a supplementary question. Honorable Member for Kainantu.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. My supplementary question to the Minister for Education. Myself and many of the senior leaders here came out from a different system whereby there is filtration from previously from grade 1 to grade 6, and then from grade 6 to grade 8, and then from grade 8 to grade 10, from grade 10 to grade 12, and then from grade 12 to universities and colleges. And during the time, the students that were graduating from universities and colleges, there was some standard. And the standard of students that were getting educated, of which many of us are products of those that system are here. And many out there who are living now public service came out through the system. And there was some quality in there. Recently, we have been having complaints about the quality of students that we are graduating from institutions in this nation, university and colleges. Mr. Minister, if you go and speak English with students at university now, they will respond to you in pidgin. The quality of education is so poor. In the light of that, this government in its wisdom decided to push everybody, all the students, regardless whether they are competent, whether they are bright, whether they are dumb, whether they are down, all the way to grade 12. So what kind of result are you trying to produce here? There's the first question. Have you,
Honorable Member, we have a point of order. Honorable Minister.
Deputy Speaker, just to let our good member for Kana to know, we don't have dumb students, we're just under average students. Thank you.
Honorable Member, your Minister, your point of order is in order. Honorable is that you would then ask you to shorten your statement and get to your question.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, it is a very, very important point. We are talking about the future of our children in the nation. And whatever decision we make here and the policy we drive in education will affect this nation. It is affecting the nation. Anyway, thank you, Minister. I will not word down. But there are students, some who tend to work hard, others who take time to mature and develop in their minds. And so, my question is, has this policy taken into account the quality of students we will be producing at the end of the day? That's the first question. And the second question is, are there any other options or possible ways the government can come up with to drive or to put those students who are still taking time or who are under average students, put them through other processes by which they can be educated and become productive in the future to this nation, then driving everybody through the same channel, where in the end you will have best students, better students, and other average students, a mixture of all those that will very likely affect the quality of education that and the output of the students that our universities and colleges are putting out now. My concern, Mr. Speaker, is about the quality of students that we are producing now, which is receiving a lot of criticism. I don't think this policy is going to assist solve that problem. So those are my two supplementary questions. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister for Education.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I wish to thank the member for Ghana for his supplementary. To give you a background information, each year we have 120,000 students going to start their education life. First time to set foot in the classrooms. Now, of this, at grade 4 level, we have only 30,000 students graduating from the grade 12 level. Of this grade 12, 30,000 grade 12 students, we have only around 15,000 students moving on to tertiary institutions. Mr. Deputy Speaker, we have a big issue with school dropouts. So what we are trying to do is to minimize all the education qualifications in the country by way of pushing all our students up to grade 12 qualification. Now, it's not a one-way thing that we are looking at, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker. We also have several pathways, like food, like technical for education that are available for those who cannot.
I think that is happening because I'm not sure how he made his assessment, but if you look at the system that was in place, the grade 8, grade 10 and grade 12 exams some of the requirements that streamline or filter out the quality students. And so if you continue to remove those necessary requirements or things that filter out the quality ones, then you have all the good and the bad ones that are in grade 12, which reduces the quality of the education system in PNG. Definitely not good for a country.
Who are unable to progress through might take all those options. Food is also very popular now. The enrollment has gone from 75% to 80%. 80,000, 75,000 enrollment to 80,000, and then this year, probably next year, would be 100,000 students. Food is an opportunity for students to complete their obtain a grade 12 certificate. Mr. Deputy Speaker, our past education system was geared towards getting our youths or our students for university qualification. And the population was low. So we didn't experience some of those issues that we are facing in the past, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Our population has grown. And so when we have all these students coming out through our education system, the school dropouts, so vast majority of our students are coming out as school dropouts, and we can't afford them. There's a lot of the problems would be created by these people. So yes, there is a fine line between quality of education and getting everybody educated. I think this government is responsible to leave no child behind. Mr. Deputy Speaker, we're trying to educate everybody. But some people learn quickly, some people learn slowly. But when we allow the examination system to force some people out, the system to force some of our students out, then we're condemning them as failures, which that should not happen. So as a responsible government, we bring everyone aboard through the education system, so that everybody is given equal opportunity. We may face some quality issues, but let me also remind the House that we have a program called STEM program: science, technology, education, mathematics. And our students are doing very well in U.S. universities. And we've sent some people over to India, and we've sent some students over to China. And Mr. Deputy Speaker, several of our students are training in Fiji to become pilots. So, yes, they're fast learners in our education system, and they are slow learners in our education system. But our system, as a responsible government, should not allow our students to be labeled as dropouts in our country. They should all be given the equal opportunities to pass through, obtain minimum education